Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. Hope you all are doing good. In the first part of this video, I have shown you how you can have a wonderful day trip in the double-decker bus that gives you a city tour and also takes you to a houseboat for lunch while you cruise on River Ganga. If you have not checked that video, do check out the video because I have shared all relevant information like how you can book, the timings, the inclusion and the cost. Our trip had started from West Bengal Tourism Office at Dalhousie and now we are heading towards our houseboat for lunch. Okay, so here I am at Babughat and our bus had dropped us just outside the gate and now we have to walk for around 5 minutes I guess to reach the West Bengal Tourism jetty. The walk is just about 5 minutes and if you have elderly people or kids with you, the crew members will help you by walking slow so that you can keep up with them. So don't worry about that. I have reached the West Bengal Tourism jetty at New Babughat. Now why Babughat is named so? I have shared that story in my last video, so do check that out so that you know why Babughat has its name. And just as you take the left turn, there is our houseboat. I am now walking towards the houseboat and as you walk, be careful because the bridge is old and at places the wood is not stable. There were two houseboats docked and the one at the left was the one we boarded. This was my first experience of cruising through Ganga while having lunch, so I am super excited. As you walk down, you can stop at places and click photos and the crew members are very cooperative and won't ask you to move fast. One thing I would like to share here that I have taken many group tours and usually you don't get time to enjoy the place where you have come. But here, the crew members were very cooperative and they understand that you are mesmerized by the experience and want to spend time there. While you step inside, watch your steps because there is a bit gap between the jetty and the houseboat. I am in the houseboat now and see how beautiful it is. It has a long sitting area, a huge dining hall and huge windows so that you never miss the Ganges and the beauty around. The dining area has the capacity of 10 to 12 people, but as of now, due to COVID, they are taking bookings for only 8 people. For washing your hands, you can use the hand wash that is kept near the wash basin. Also, remember in the first part of this video, I told you about the welcome kit that was given to us. So here is the welcome kit which also has a sanitizer in it. You can use that or carry your own sanitizer for safety. Just as we stepped in, we were welcomed with a welcome drink. Cruising through River Ganga while having lunch is included in the package of Kolkata Connect. Our houseboat journey has started and we started sailing away from the jetty. After you start sailing, you are given ample time to enjoy the houseboat, enjoy the beautiful nature around you and do some photo shoots, after which they will arrange for lunch. Our journey by the double-decker bus had started at 2 p.m. So by the time we reached the houseboat and it started sailing, it was around 2:30 to 2:45 p.m. So you can expect your lunch to be served at 2:45 or 2:50. We are now sailing towards the Howrah Bridge and lunch will be served in few minutes. The lunch arrangement was sumptuous and lavish. This was perhaps the best part of the entire tour. Lunch was served on white glass plates with Experience Bengal written on the top. Lunch included green salad, korai kochuri or peas kachori with cholar dal. After you finish your korai kochuri and cholar dal, you are served with fine rice and aloo posto. Well, aloo posto is an emotion for Bengalis and it cannot be described entirely as a potato curry with poppy seed. Next came to bhetki machir paturi. Bhetki machir paturi is bhetki fish in mustard sauce wrapped in banana leaf. The bhetki paturi was delicious and the bhetki fish was very fresh. You will get 2 bhetki paturi per head. Next on the line was chicken curry, so we were served 2 pieces of chicken and gravy. Every item served in the lunch was cooked to perfection and it was delicious. There were only 2 other travelers along with us, so we could enjoy the trip as if it was a private trip. It's time for some dessert now. So dessert had Kolkata famous mishti doi, gulab jamun, dry fruit chutney and doodh puli. The doodh puli was made with nolen gur and it was simply delicious and melt in mouth. The sweet dishes were so delicious that I'm sure you will crave for some more, but you will get only one. You also get a packaged drinking water bottle along with the lunch, and all this comes with this wonderful view all around you. After this wonderful lunch, just sit back and relax and watch the Howrah Bridge come closer to you. The houseboat sails till Howrah Bridge and then after crossing the bridge it takes a U-turn and then we travel back to Babughat. In part 1 of Kolkata Connect video, I told you that I'll let you know whether the lunch was worth the money. Well, trust me when I say that this experience is a magical and beautiful one and it cannot be compared with any other lunch experience that you might have had in a buffet restaurant or in a 5-star. The lunch that is served is authentic Bengali and it comes with this wonderful experience and ambience. This trip can surely make a place in your bucket list and you can enjoy any day, a weekday or a weekend in this Kolkata Connect trip. That is because this trip operates all 7 days a week, so you can choose a weekday or a weekend to enjoy a day out with your family. It was now time to move on to our next destination, that is Eden Gardens. We crossed the street and walked up to Eden Gardens. Mind you, this is the Eden Gardens and not the stadium. The best thing about visiting Eden Gardens was that Eden Gardens is officially closed for public now due to COVID. It was only opened for the 4 or 6 of us, including the tour operators. Being the only people in the Eden Gardens, we could enjoy the serenity which is usually disturbed by the crowd all round the year. We spent almost 15 minutes enjoying a mask-free walk and the setting sun.
As you enter Eden Garden, so it looks like a green oasis with pathways shaded by mahogany, mango and banyan tree. At the northern side of the garden, you see the iconic 3-storied red and gold pagoda. So history says when Lord Dalhousie went to Burma when British Empire captured that city, so he decided to shift that pagoda from Burma to Calcutta. The bandstand on the western corner revives the memories of good old times when regimental bands used to come from nearby Fort William and play regularly to create the atmosphere of sweet musical evenings. I have been to Eden Garden many times in my life, but this time it was very special because this time entry is restricted after COVID-19 situation. Usually over the weekend Eden Gardens is very crowded, but this time, including all the crew member and the guests of West Bengal Tourism, there were total 10 people who were inside that garden, and it really felt like it is our private garden. So we were given 10 to 15 minutes for photo shoot, and which was sufficient, and we enjoyed a lot. And while we were returning back, so it was a time of sunset, we could see the setting sun through the array of mahogany tree. And now it's time to go back to the bus for our next destination, St. John's Church.
We boarded the bus from Eden Gardens and moved towards St. John's Church.
As we started our journey, at the right side of the road we could see the iconic Mohan Bagan Club tent. Moving further down, we could see the world famous cricket stadium Eden Gardens at the left side of the road, followed by famous Akashvani Bhavan, which was the first All India Radio headquarters. Now we are approaching towards Raj Bhavan. So there is a history behind this Raj Bhavan building. Before 1799, the Governor General resided in a rented house situated at the same location. The land belonged to Muhammad Reza Khan, a Nawab of Chitpur. So it was in 1799 when the Governor General Lord Wellesley decided to build a palace which would serve as a statement of imperial authority. But the expense occurred cost Lord Wellesley his job. But he sure contributed to creating one of the landmarks that would help Kolkata to earn the status of St. Petersburg of East. Now we are approaching towards St. John's Church, and in the approach road, all the buildings that you see around, 90% of them are heritage building, and each of them are having their own history.
Did you know these amazing facts about the buildings and your city that you are born in, or you have seen it 100 times? I'm sure these are new stories to you also, as it was to us.
The entire building is made of brick and cement. This used to be the mother church of North India till the time St. Paul's Cathedral built on 1847. This was the highest church of British Empire. This is the front gate, and it is an Anglican church. Before this was the land, used to be a graveyard. It says more than 12,000 graves are there underground. And this place is also very famous for Lord Canning's wife, Lady Canning's. You can see that memorial, it's for Lady Canning. And the sweet that we eat today, Lady Canning, came from that name only, Lady Canning. There's a war memorial, and over that side on the left, the white portion is the Job Chanit's mausoleum. So this area is full of history.
Next to this church, there is a building called Gerstein Place, which is infamous for paranormal activities. So if you are adventurous, you can plan for a night out at Gerstein Place, but we prefer to continue our journey. Now we are heading towards Dalhousie Square. So Dalhousie Square was once the nucleus of British administration. Even today, that area is known as Office Para. So that means all the central and state government offices are situated at that location. Here we saw some of the famous places like Lal Dighi, General Post Office, Tax Collectors Building, Reserve Bank of India, and then Writers Building. So we were briefed about the history of each and every structure that we came across. You would have seen the tax collector buildings many times if you are from Kolkata and if you have visited Dalhousie Square. But there is an interesting fact about that. Tax collector was a very highly regarded post in British Empire. So the rule was no Indian can be at the position of tax collector. So to ensure no Indian is even selected through the exam, they used to conduct that exam at the city of London. Now from there we took a right turn to see the Writers Building at the left side, followed by the Old Currency Building. So now we are going to our next destination, Victoria Memorial. While going to Victoria Memorial, we went past Kolkata Maidan area where you see lot of greenery around. This area is also called Lungs of Kolkata.
You must have seen all these buildings many times in your life, but the rooftop view will give you a much closer and clearer view of each building and the intricate designs of these buildings. Along with that, the guides will help you with the facts and the stories associated with these places, and this will surely give you a different view of the city that you had known, and it is truly called rediscovering Kolkata. Next, our bus stopped for a few minutes at the backside of Victoria. This was a photo stop and we were not allowed to get down. As you can see here, the people around were amazed to see this bus, and if you are the one who also wants to know how to book this bus, then I am sure this video is going to help you. Next, we drove past the race course and finally moved towards Prinsep Ghat. Prinsep Ghat was the last destination for the day, and by the time we reached there, it was dark because it's winter time. Prinsep Ghat is a memorial for James Prinsep, who was a British administrator and admirer of Indian language. This place was built in memory of James Prinsep. Prinsep Ghat is usually very crowded on weekends, and even in this COVID situation, it was not different. Since it was extremely crowded, we spent around 5 to 6 minutes and then left. Our trip had come to an end after visiting Prinsep Ghat, but there was a little surprise waiting for us in the bus. When we returned to the bus after visiting Prinsep Ghat, we were welcomed with evening tea and snacks. Well, this was a surprise because it was not mentioned in the itinerary. After the tea and the snacks, you can either choose to go back home from Prinsep Ghat, or you can deboard and end the tour at Park Street or at the West Bengal Tourism Office at Dalhousie. We informed the crew about our preferred drop-off location and they dropped us there. The wonderful journey of the city tour and houseboat came to an end, and we left with wonderful memories and visuals. If you're looking for a half-day trip in Kolkata, I am sure this tour must be in your wish list. I hope you enjoyed this video, and if you have, do hit the like button and subscribe to my channel. Also share this video with your near ones so that they can also take this trip. Also check out the part 1 of this video so that you know how you can book this wonderful trip for your friends and family. I have tried to cover all relevant information in part 1 and this video. In case you have some more queries which I have not answered, you can always comment in the comment section below. Also, if you are taking this trip with your friends and family, do leave a comment in the comment section how you liked it. And until we meet again, do take care and bye-bye.